What's going on, guys? In today's video, gonna be kind of a really quick video. School starting like now. I just kind of wanted to make a quick video about kind of like my tips on how to basically be ready to go back to school. This video is going to pertain strictly to the academics of going back to school. Tip number one: don't buy books unless you know you're going to need them. That might be not the best advice that someone can give you. However, there's been so many times where I purchased a book for a class and I didn't even use it. So sometimes the professor even says that you don't even need it. Wait till you know that you're going to need the book to buy it, and then buy it. Also, kind of like a side note from that, never buy new books unless there's no other option. Either A, rent them, which is probably the best option, or get them used off of Amazon. But the best thing I think is to rent them if you have to. Tip number two, based on your schedule, whether you're living in the dorms or at home, whatever, get into the rhythm about a week before school starts. So you should start as soon as possible. If you know that you're going to have early classes or whatever, early in the morning, start getting into the rhythm of going to bed earlier, about a week in advance. Start getting into a routine so that when you start school, you won't have to immediately change your routine. You would have already adapted to your new schedule. Tip number three: check Blackboard in advance. Not all schools use it, but mine does, and some of my friends use it as well. Go on there maybe a few days before your first day of school, check if there's any updates, so that in case a professor or something posted something on there for you to bring to your first lecture or whatever, you would have already known in advance, and you're not going to look like a weirdo when everybody brings whatever it may be and you didn't. Tip number four, I think, introduce yourself to the professors. I think this is useful because establishing a really good one-on-one relationship with your professor can have a multitude of benefits, especially towards the end of the semester. So kind of walking up to your professor after class and just introducing yourself and just saying hello can go a long way. The more your professor likes you, the better. So introducing yourself and just saying hello usually shows them that you're friendly and that you're going to be invested in the class. So that's kind of I guess a bonus tip. I mean, it doesn't always change the outcome, but it certainly helps. Tip number five: buy one of those accordion folders. I hate having a full backpack, so I typically only carry the necessities in my bag, but a lot of people I see tend to have a bunch of folders for every class that they take. A better, more organized alternative to carrying a bunch of folders that may rip or get damaged or whatever is just to get one of those accordion folders. They look like an accordion. You open up and it's a bunch of folders in one thing, and it's only this thick, and it'll save you a shit ton of space, and you won't have to rummage through a bunch of folders and stuff. It'll just be easier because you're going to have everything in one specific location. Tip number 7, I believe, set little goals for yourself for the semester. If you set little small goals for yourself and accomplish them, these little tiny goals that you can do on a daily basis, making sure that you're out of the dorm at a certain time every day, or that you sit down to study at this time, or you spend this much time studying, and accomplishing these goals is going to help you, because it's going to keep you motivated longer and keep you on task and focused for in the long term. Tip number 8, make sure that you're cleared for everything, and everything is right on your personal website. So for every school it's different. Whatever your school website is, your undergraduate account, make sure that all your financial stuff is taken care of, that you've sent out, signed, made everything right, got approved for everything before the start of the semester, so that you don't have all these worries and annoying things to think about and distract yourself with when the semester starts. Because in the beginning of the semester, it's so important to just get ahead and just stay on it. So if you have all these distractions, it's going to be difficult for you to put all of your attention onto the schoolwork. Tip number 9, get to know someone in every class. So usually if you have like a class where you don't really know anybody, if you do know somebody in that class, I mean, that's your tip done. But if you don't know anybody in that class, make sure to get to know somebody, whether it's the person next to you or just someone you think is friendly or just whatever. Get to know somebody and exchange information, because in case you're absent, or you want to skip, or whatever, or you don't know a due date, or whatever it may be, you can always ask somebody in that class so that you don't fall behind, or you don't show up and find out that the paper was due today when you thought it was due the next class. Tip number 10, and the last tip, is to kind of prioritize different classes. I know for a fact that in every semester there's classes that aren't really that important and classes that are crucial. So certain classes have certain standards and whatever it may be. So I think it's really important for you to prioritize. Like within the first week, you'll kind of be able to tell which classes are going to be like extremely difficult and are going to require the most attention versus classes that are kind of just going to be blow by class. I basically draw like a pie chart and I subdivide the classes into this pie chart, and I kind of arrange what class is going to get how much attention by the importance of the class. So that way I can kind of be more organized in like distributing study time. Alright guys, so those are kind of my 10 tips on getting back into school, easing your way back into it. I noticed that when I follow these tips, typically my semester goes much smoother. So I hope maybe that this was kind of a little bit of a help to you, or maybe some kind of an aid. I am no school guru, and there's plenty of them on YouTube, but I figured this might be a help to somebody. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell in there if you want notifications about a new video. And I will see you next time really soon. Peace.